Immerse yourself in the transformative world of mental health with virtual reality therapy innovation. In this video, we explore the groundbreaking intersection of technology and therapy, where virtual reality becomes a powerful tool for mental well-being. Join us as we uncover how VR therapy is redefining traditional approaches, offering immersive experiences to address various mental health challenges. Whether you're a mental health advocate, a tech enthusiast, or someone seeking innovative solutions, stay tuned to discover the cutting-edge advancements that virtual reality brings to the forefront of mental health care. Today, we will talk about virtual reality therapy innovation. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to my channel. Using virtual reality for entertainment isn't out of the ordinary. If you've ever strapped on a pair of 3D goggles, you're likely familiar with how immersive the experience is. But virtual reality isn't just for fun and games, it's becoming an increasingly popular modality for mental health care. Virtual reality therapy is not the same as teletherapy or talking to a therapist over video instead of commuting to their office. When used correctly, computer-simulated worlds, which immerse users in a digital environment, offer a profound form of treatment for many mental health conditions. Here's all you need to know about virtual reality therapy, including how it works, what conditions it may be most effective for, and where to get started if you think it could be an option for you. Together with established psychotherapeutic principles and techniques, virtual reality (VR) technology can treat anxiety and stress disorders like the fear of flying, storms, heights, bridges, and public speaking. The interface of technology and medicine is creating exciting possibilities for psychiatry and the behavioral sciences. The particularly intriguing advancement is the marriage of virtual reality (VR) technology to established psychotherapeutic principles and techniques for the treatment of anxiety disorders. The Program for Anxiety and Traumatic Stress Studies is pioneering the use of virtual reality exposure therapy in the treatment of a number of anxiety and stress-related disorders, including fear of flying, fear of storms, fear of heights, fear of bridges, fear of public speaking, and World Trade Center-induced post-traumatic stress disorder. Led by Joanne DeFade, Ph.D., an expert in the field of anxiety disorders, the Program for Anxiety and Traumatic Stress Studies offers a state-of-the-art approach to patient care that brings innovation to tried-and-true therapeutic techniques. Virtual reality exposure therapy has been found to be an effective and cost-efficient treatment method for anxiety and stress disorders caused by specific events and situations. Our psychologists are recognized for their unparalleled experience in the treatment of phobias and traumatic stress disorders. Phobias. Therapists can use VR for exposure therapy, which is a mainstay of phobia treatment. It involves gradually exposing a person to what they fear in small, manageable steps with their consent. People can do exposure therapy without VR, but sometimes this is difficult to do. For example, a person with a fear of flying cannot fly on an airplane for a few seconds and work their way upward. Additionally, other phobias, such as a fear of wild animals, could put someone in danger if they try to interact with one. VR expands the possibilities of exposure therapy. A 2022 systematic review of 18 articles found that this approach improved almost all types of specific phobias the research included, such as animal phobias and blood or injection phobias. PTSD. Exposure therapy can also help treat PTSD, but as with phobias, controlled exposure to a traumatic situation can be difficult and may not be safe. A handful of studies suggest that VR therapy offers an alternative. For example, a 2019 review and meta-analysis of 9 previous studies compared the effects of VR exposure therapy to no therapy. In comparison to the participants who received no treatment, VR therapy reduced PTSD symptoms, and the benefits continued for at least 3 months after the treatment ended. Social and emotional skills. A person can practice various social and emotional skills using VR therapy. For example, they might practice talking through a conflict with their partner or asking their boss for a raise. This allows them to safely test new skills while under the guidance of a therapist. How much does VR therapy cost? In a clinician's office, VR therapy is often similar in price to traditional psychotherapy. Insurance may cover VR therapy in a therapist's office if the therapist is on the insurer's approved list. Some therapists send clients home with VR devices to supplement their therapy, and some companies offer home VR sets for self-care. Clients may rent these devices per week, depending on the device. While it has obvious value for gamers, VR can also provide deeply immersive real-world training environments for people in hazardous professions, such as astronauts and rescue workers, or athletes trying to optimize performance. Staff can monitor movement, heart rate, and other indicators in real time or offline for later, in-depth analysis. The potential for the therapist is equally thrilling. Traditional mental health interventions can be combined with cutting-edge technology to place clients in safe, controlled, and ecologically valid situations. As a result, VR offers a viable and valuable environment for safely recreating anxiety and other complex feelings. Martins et al., 2019. The potential for virtual reality to simulate situations and social interactions is limitless. VR can transport the wearer into practically any contextually rich simulation while retaining control over the variables. Bohel et al., 2011. And while the experience is immersive and believable for the user, functional MRI recordings can compare psychological reactions with brain activity if needed. How does it work? A look at the psychology behind it. VR works because the digitally created sensory feedback from the artificial world replaces our everyday experiences. To feel immersive and present, systems typically include two visual displays, one for each eye, that differ slightly as they do when we view any object in the non-digital world. Our brain takes inputs, artificial or real, from both eyes to create a 3D mental representation. The virtual world is made more realistic by adding additional sensory information. Auditory stimuli enter through both ears to create a 3D spatial surround sound, and haptic feedback creates the sensation of physical contact with the virtual world. O'Hill et al., 2011. Perhaps the most fascinating part of VR is the ability of the wearer to interact with the environment. By moving the head, pointing at or grabbing something, or even redirecting our gaze, we can change the environment in front of us. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and click to subscribe button.